ranging from swamps and marshes to peatlands and estuaries. Wetlands are areas of waterlogged land. These ecologically sensitive environments create incredibly unique and vital habitats, supporting a huge 40% of the world's biodiversity. Like forests, these landscapes act as carbon sinks. In fact, peatlands store twice as much carbon as the rest of the world's woodlands combined. The sponge-like ground of wetlands soaks up water, which reduces surface runoff, keeping your homes safe from flooding. Wetland vegetation and root systems act as a physical filter, purifying the water we drink by trapping pollutants. Wetlands once covered a quarter of Britain. Now, a staggering 90% of them have disappeared in the last 100 years. Our wetlands are under attack. The main culprits are agriculture and building development. Draining wetlands is a short-term, profitable way for farmers to increase crop yield, but it wreaks havoc on the ecosystems, suppressing their benefits. Heavy degradation of British wetlands by draining releases the equivalent of 17% of UK carbon emissions in 2023. The loss of valuable habitat is also forcing many species to the brink of extinction. Over 2/3 of our wetland species are in decline. But there is still hope. Typha latifolia, also known as bulrush, is being used by the biomaterials company Ponda as a base material for insulation in clothing.
So at Ponda, we obtain our materials through a practice called paludiculture. And this is the farming on rewetted and restored peatland soils. So we take peatland areas that have traditionally been drained, usually for conventional agriculture, raise water tables to re-wet that peatland, and then cultivate crops that thrive in those wet conditions. So at the moment we work with a crop called typha, or bulrushes, which is a really interesting new fiber crop, and it's really ideally suited to this environment, which is quite unique to other sort of agricultural systems. A really pressing issue in terms of bringing back wetlands is to kind of start locking in that carbon. But they deliver a huge amount of other benefits as well, a huge amount of biodiversity, things like flood prevention and nutrient uptake as well. It was really our mission from the start to find ways of connecting value to these regenerative practices. Specifically, we started looking at crops that grow in these conditions. Farmers can adopt them on these sort of re-wetted soils and then start to increase the amount of conservation that they're doing. So yeah, it's connecting those different worlds. We're trying to offer a way for farmers to regenerate their land, offset a huge amount of carbon emissions, but also actually continue to operate on that land as well. How can we fit this into agricultural operations so that farmers have a whole mix of different solutions on their farm so they're more diversified and more resilient in the future? We're trying to sort of create a whole new supply chain here, and that obviously comes with quite a lot of challenges. We're trying to deliver everything from quite a new method of agriculture and a new crop through to quite new materials that are not being manufactured before at scale. If they're choosing a more sustainable material and a more sustainable choice, what is the impact of that, which is, I think, really interesting.
Wetland regeneration, through work like Ponda's, continues to increase our resilience to global challenges like climate change. On an individual scale, you can also make a real impact through simply supporting your local wetland centre and other sustainable initiatives, such as Ponda or the Wildfowl and Wetland Trust. Restored wetland can mitigate climate change, reduce flooding, clean our water, and allow wildlife to thrive. We must continue to re-wet our wetlands.